Hi, this is Jeff, the Big Hairy Dog, and this is a webinar on Prism POS. This is Big Hairy Dog, and Prism, of course, is the browser-based version of Retail Pro. I've got two different shortcuts here. They're set up by different port numbers, 8080 and 8081. Prism Management is Retail Pro 9, essentially. It's called Retail Integration Layer. It's still around, but that's not what this is about. So we're going to go back to the browser. I've got mine set up with a little background image there, which can be changed. The defaults are black screens in the background. And we're basically going to go over the point of sale and the XE out and walk through some discounts and returns and making sales. All right, so first off, we have not opened this register. So I probably should go here, and I should go here, and I should open the drawer. That's what I should do. But, you know, point of sale people being what they are in a hurry, they're likely to just go to point of sale and click new transaction. And of course, now it's going to prompt you. This is kind of cool, actually. The register has not been opened. Would you like to open the register? So you can just skip sort of that formal going to the opening process and just go in this way and open it up this way. Of course, it identifies the first screen here, identifies the workstation you're on. It's already done that, 8080. So let's go ahead and say next. And then it wants us to count the opening money, and we have a $200 float. So I'm going to cheat and just put a 2 in the $200. Say that I got my money, and click finish down here at the bottom, and the drawer is now opened. Great. So now I can go make a transaction. And there we go. And I'm going to ring up an item or two with any luck. All right. So I have some generic sandbox data in here. It's not pretty. Now I rang up one item, and then I rang up 000002, then 3. Now I'm going to go back and ring up 000002. So watch the quantities here on the screen when I press enter. So it just changed the first item I rang up to a 2. It did not add a third SKU. Again, kind of cool. I like that. It's pretty slick. So I scanned some items in. I click the tender button. Takes me to the tender screen. I've got my default set oddly, so I'm going to switch it to cash. And we got 32.52. I could just click, type in what I want right here. So I could type 40 and click take, or I could have clicked the 20 twice there, right? Now it's showing change of 748. I'm going to give, boom. And right, so I did not have to click print update at the bottom because I have it set to automatically print the receipt when the transaction is in balance, right? And I don't have it set up with a design just yet. So it's going to pick a generic 40 column here and click preview. And they've done really a good job on the receipt designs. You got to give them a fair amount of credit for putting together pretty solidly good designs. They need a little tweaking here and there. I'm not fond of the SID being the default barcode, but overall, and I get rid of the numbers here usually, but overall, I don't have to do a lot here to make this receipt really shine. So they've got a lot of good defaults, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's the basic transaction, right? So see what I got out here in customers. And So I'm going to choose a customer. Probably should have been able to find it from point of sale, but we missed. So we can select a customer by choosing it, and you can change the drop-down menu. I was on first and last name, but I could have looked by phone number, or I could have looked by company name, or any of the other lookups. I could also have clicked new, and it would have let me build a new customer on the fly. I could also click details here now that we have a customer, and it'll show me the details, and I could click edit, and we could make changes, cancel. No point in doing that. So your basic customer lookup is there. We also have the customer's history right here. We want to tap into the history real quick and do a search in history on something. All right, and of course we can remove the customer, but all right, we rang up the same item again, 000002. So ideally we'd be scanning those, of course. And if we wanted to, I guess I should demonstrate that we should be able to do asterisk, the logo, asterisk, right? And it should be able to find those, right? So I don't have to. So there's the item I've been ringing up right there. The yellow, yellow small. Let's go with the red. Oh, we don't have 2X here? All right, fine. I guess we'll go with the black XL, right? Select item. So all the basic lookups in V9, UPC, ALU, description 1, description 2, the use of wildcards, asterisk as wildcard, all that's present, right? So you can do the same lookups in both versions. Tender, again, I set my default funny. I was testing gift cards. I should. Mostly you leave your default on either cash or you leave your default on credit card, right? One of the two. We haven't looked at split tender. Maybe we should look at split tender. Let's say they gave you a 20. Now, does it matter? And I realize that this is a webinar and nobody's going to answer me, but does it matter if you ring up cash or credit card first? And which one do you do first? And the correct answer is, of course, the one they tell you to. Don't do math in front of anyone, right? So if they say, here's a 20, put the rest on my card, then take the cash first. If they say, put 20 on the card, I'll pay the rest cash, put 20 on the card, right? I mean, in either case, if we say take 20 bucks cash or credit card, it's going to do the math. It's going to take that amount and do the math right there for us, right? And we don't want to do math in front of literally anyone. Now, of course, this is a sandbox and I don't have an integration set up and credit card processing is turned on because you would never have to pick the card type. You would just select credit card and click take. It would then activate the PIN pad and the customer would slide their card in and that would determine the card type, right? So all that would be handled by the PIN pad. We wouldn't be doing any of it, right? But as always, you pick the type of tender, you put the amount in, you click take, and then it says, okay, there's this much left, right? Take the rest how you want to, right? All right. I think basic transactions are pretty straightforward. I do not have the log out turned on. I could have it turned on. It would be making me put my password in for each one, but I did not choose to set that up for this round, shall we say. So let's take a look at returns. So if we scan an item, I could say on the item that I want to return this item, would you like to find the original sales receipt? So we can say yes. All right, so we found two transactions, one with a customer and one without. I'll select the one without, and then I can highlight the one that I want down here, and I can say return item. And it's got two, right, because we did the whole two quantity thing, so I'm going to say one. And return a document. So the point being that we could go from the item, right, and then select the receipt. And then we could bring up a different item if we want. And tender that, and it should be 0, right? So print update, just an exchange there on that one, right? All right, so the other option we could try also is just to click on return at the top of the receipt and search for the receipt. So we could put in a document number, click search. We could find the transaction. We could select items or select all and return to document that way, which I have to say is pretty slick. And if somebody forgets, like if you're at a museum and you have membership and they forget to show their member card, you can then just grab that receipt, select all, return everything, and then boom, start ringing the stuff back up again with the discounts, which makes things pretty quick to correct that little problem. Cash, give. And again, I probably should have set this up before to automatically go to a receipt design. Just didn't think about it before the webinar. I was looking at all the other settings. Didn't think about the receipt. Only 2 clicks to make it grab a design though, not a big deal. Okay, so let's ring up another item. Let's try this here. And if we wanted to take a discount, then we could click in here and we could say, you know, we have a 10% discount. The discount drop down is right there. Of course, there is an item details button that has all the items goodies in it. So your details here with your taxes, your discount, your shipping, the associates, your splitting commissions, the item notes, and on hands for all locations. All built into that item detail button. But discounting is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Tender, cash. We'll just do a 20 and a 5. Oh, I keep clicking it too many times there, didn't I? Took a little bit too much. And give, and it should update. Oh, we're just going to go ahead and click cancel here, and Let's set up a promo. This is not a promo webinar. Right, so description 2 equals that, close, reward, item discount, 10. Okay, so okay, let's try that again then. So the point being that I wanted to make was that there are lots of ways to discount items. Obviously, you got to be able to manually discount an item, right? But with this version, the promotions tool is pretty powerful. So here you see it just automatically brought that discount up, that 10% discount, because I set it to filter for that style. So and the promotions tool being what it is, and this is not a webinar on promotions, I would guess that 90+% of discounts could all be handled. You can filter by items, you can filter by departments, you can filter by any field in inventory, pretty much by the fields in the customer database. So you could say, if this person's a member, give them a discount. If this person's an employee, give them a discount. You have to set their customer record up and put a mark on it, obviously, but it's a pretty powerful tool that I would think greatly enhances point of sale. So I can't not mention it, but it's not really about setting those up. All right, so I think we've got basic transactions, adding customers, returns, return by item, return by transaction, discounts with a promo, tenders, split tenders. We think we've done that. So let's go ahead and hop back over to cash here. Click my 5 and click take and give. The other things we need to do is we need to look at how to close the register and disbursements. So let's do disbursements next, I think. On the main point of sale menu, if you have a disbursement, there's a disbursement function right here. And we can do a paid out, for instance. And we could say why we're doing it. So with these you set up in preferences, right? And you can add a note here, you know, whatever we want to say. And add a tender amount is 20. Now, I don't have to type -20. I just have to type 20. This is a paid out, right? So it knows that we're taking 20 bucks out for supplies. Maybe I need paper towels in the bathroom, whatever, right? And I could print update or update only. And we have a disbursement design preview. Pretty straightforward, just prints out that, you know, we took 20 bucks out of the drawer. So then we could go buy our paper towels and come back, and we could do a paid in. And in the paid in, we would say supplies again, add tender, and we would put the change. Let's say I have $3.74 in change that are going back in, right? We would then attach the receipt and the printed paid in, right? Together, and then the receipt with the paid in would balance to the paid out, and that could all go in the drawer, and we'd know what the heck happened to that money, and cash rec would be happy. So your basic paid in out function, your disbursement function, very cool, very powerful. Strongly recommend the uses of disbursement if you take money out of your drawer like a petty cash fund. Can't go wrong there. Okay, so XZ out, Z out. Now at the end of the day, we would then say we want to close the drawer. Again, first screen, as in previous versions, identifies what we're closing. In this case, we're set to manage this at the workstation, not the drawer, not the till, not the cashier, right? So it's automatically finding their workstation. Click next, and we count the money we took. Well, we know we had 200 here to begin with, and I think we took some other amounts of money. I don't know how much. We're not going to balance clearly. So we'll just count a few items and click next. And in here, you can see we have different menus, the non-currencies. So we can select all and click, we can add them, we could delete them. Mostly we're not doing a lot of, I mean, the credit cards today are not, we're not printing a draft, we're not signing paper. We're either signing the pin pad or not signing at all. That's all electronic. So probably your select all, and you're probably going to reconcile it just to the total. And then if there's an issue, you're going to have to go into the back end of your credit card processor. So next, close, and boom, there's our, we're over by 38 bucks. Print and preview. And there's our basic closing report, which is very similar to every other version of XZ out we've done in the past. You got your basic filter at the top. You got your net values for sales, and then we've got the cash flow down here. Now, the cash flow, of course, is what we balance to, right? That's the number we would balance to right there, the cash flow number, not the sales number, because I guess I missed a few gift cards, and there's a few gift cards floating around here. So if you have a gift card situation, whether it's redeemed or whether it's purchased, that's going to change the amount of cash in the drawer based on sales. So the day you buy a gift card, it's not a sale, it's a liability, and your cash flow is higher than your sales. The day they redeem it, it's exactly the opposite. It's a sale, but it's not cash flow because you took the cash 30 days ago. Anyway, you got your breakdowns here, your gift card, excuse me, your discount breakdown, your receipt counts. There'd be a fee breakdown if we did any fees. We didn't do any fees. We did some disbursements. Got your U.S. tender breakdown, U.S. dollars. You got your credit cards, your gift card. Pretty normal. Pretty normal X is Z out. Let's click finish. And of course that closes the drawer. Now, if we went back and tried to make a sale, it would tell us our drawer is not open, and it would make us open it again. I'm going to click into the X out real fast, and we'll just change the date here. The X out, of course, is still an X out, as it always has been. It's a free-form version, right, of the Z out, right? So I can run this at whatever level I want to run it at, and click print, and preview, and then we can get a bigger period of time in the same kind of thing, right? So the X out is still the go-to troubleshooting report. I've got to say, if the accounting folks want a ruling on something, I would go to the X out every day of the week and run it for the whole month if I have to. All right, well, that's all I really got today. I'm gonna back out to the main menu. In case you haven't seen Prism, this is Prism, right? We've been sticking around this point of sale menu mostly. There are other functions in Prism we don't have time to go through, but certainly there are other areas, other functions in Prism. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoys what we got here, and I'm going to tell you to have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next webinar. Thanks. Bye.